All right, welcome back to SportsLine right here on News Channel 5 Plus. With you until the top of the hour. Jon Burton with you. Happy to be here on this Wednesday evening. In just a minute, we're going to hear from Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill. But first, let's try the phones again. Jane joins us. Good evening, Jane. Hi, Jane. You there?
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Hey, a couple of years ago, the Titans had a kicker, a guy named Greg Joseph, and he never missed a kick. I know he only kicked the PATs, but he never missed, and they cut him. Are the Titans the only NFL team to ever cut a kicker who was perfect and never missed a kick?
No,
Do you know?
I don't know for sure, but I would say that they aren't the only ones. Listen, Jay, the kicking situation with the Titans has been a conundrum ever since Ryan Succop got hurt a few years ago and started the season on PUP. They let him go. They've let a lot of kickers have come in and out that door over at St. Thomas Sports Park. They haven't been able to get this situation right, whether it's injury, whether it's inconsistency. They thought they had their answer last year with Stephen Gostkowski, but they had their issues with him too. And you know, when you look at this team, you know, the games in the NFL are very, very close, and a lot of times it comes down to a field goal or maybe two. And so for the Titans to be having these many issues with their kickers, I know it's got to be a bit of a head scratcher for fans.
Yeah, well, it just seems baffling that they would cut a guy who was perfect. He never missed a kick. But anyway,
for the entire season he never missed a kick, or
he never missed a kick. He never kicked anything but PATs, but he never missed.
Jane, I'd have to go back and look at that. So, but go ahead. What else you got?
I was going to ask you, does Ryan Tannehill, is he allowed to change the play if he doesn't like the play that's called? Is he allowed to change that? Change
the play entirely? I think he's got audibles within the play, you know, based on what the defense is doing.
Okay. Well, I didn't like if the OC calls a play and Ryan Tannehill, you know, doesn't like it. I just wondered if, you know, at the line of scrimmage, can he just do something else? Can he just change it?
Yes and no, Jane, would be the best way to answer that. Like I said, every play has options, has audibles. You know, if we're getting a certain look defensively, okay, you can switch to a different play. Now, the design of the play might be the same, but it might be different execution, if that makes sense. But to completely say, all right, we're not running this play, we're running this play, I don't think he has that kind of latitude.
Doesn't have that authority. Yeah. Okay, I was just wondering. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right, there she goes. There's Jane. All right, let's try Tony on line 2. Hey, Tony, you there?
Yes, thanks for taking the call. New York Giants man like me.
Yes, sir. We're in trouble.
We need a man and somebody back out.
You know what I think, Tony? I've been giving this a lot of thought. How long have you been a Giants fan?
A long time. When they started, when Bill Belichick is a linebacker coach, and when he get them linebackers clicking, you in trouble.
Yeah.
That's how they won their first Super Bowl. He had them linebackers, he had that team behind him. And man, them linebackers tailored all of them.
Well, plus he had, he had 2 Hall of Famers in Lawrence Taylor and Harry Carson, a really good linebacker who was a borderline Hall of Famer in Carl Banks and Pepper Johnson and Gary Reasons and on and on and on.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, here's the thing, Tony. I go back to the late 70s with the Giants, and I really think John Mara, the team's owner, you know, the son of Wellington Mara, the grandson of Tim Mara, who founded the Giants way back in 1925. For whatever reason, he's not been able to adjust to the modern NFL. I think what John Mara needs to do is to hire a president of football operations, someone who's between him and the general manager, someone who understands how to put together a team for today's NFL. Because, you know, Dave Gettleman has not gotten the job done.
No.
They drafted Daniel Jones. Yeah, they drafted Daniel Jones 6th overall. He doesn't appear to be the answer. None of the moves they've made have worked. And so, you know, I don't know if the game has passed Mr. Mara by. But they need to get somebody like a Louis Riddick or somebody in there who has a better feel for what the NFL is today. I mean, the Giants won the Super Bowl 10 years ago. Think about how much the NFL has changed in just 10 years, Tony.
Right. But I'm going to tell you, though, if they get to clicking on all cylinders, you're in trouble. I don't care if you're the Green Bay Packers, Kansas City Chiefs. Once they start getting that rhythm going and get to clicking, you're in trouble. A world of trouble, because they coming at you all 4 cylinders, all 6 cylinders, 8 cylinders.
You talking about the Giants?
Yeah.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, Tony, because I have not seen it in about, in several years. This team has been stagnant. They've been terrible on offense. They were supposed to be really good on defense. They stunk it up the other day against Denver. And we'll see what they do tomorrow night in Washington on Thursday Night Football. But I got to tell you, at this point, Tony, as a Giants fan, I'm not optimistic.
No, and Brady was mad because Manning got the 2 Super Bowls against him, so he wants the ring back.
Well, Brady's just going to have to live with the 7 that he won, right, Tony?
Yes, that's right. What I call you about is Taylor Lewan. Taylor Lewan, he got to move his feet. Man, he could have got that quarterback hurt. And then he's going to go on the sidelines. You paying an $80 million man that can't move his feet and block. See, if your quarterback can't see from the blind side, he's going to get hurt. Now, Tannehill was lucky he didn't get seriously hurt in this game.
Oh, you're definitely right.
They was knocking him down, man. They was knocking him down. On the backside, he didn't even see the people coming. I don't understand why you're supposed to have this big offensive line and Taylor Lewan out there. I see the man coming at him.
Well,
just do like what's his name did for the Cowboys. Nate Newton just guide him right on out of the way. Let him run on out like he did Bruce Smith. Come on the arm and guide him right on out of the play.
Gotcha, Tony. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, Tony brings up a lot of good points. Listen, Taylor Lewan obviously makes a lot of money. It's clear he's not 100%. Remember, this guy had major knee surgery last year. We thought he was going to be ready to go for the opener because he wasn't on any preseason injury lists. So the idea was that he would be ready to go, but clearly he wasn't. Chandler Jones ate his lunch the other day, and Taylor Lewan admitted as much on Twitter after the game. We haven't heard from Taylor since that game. We hope to hear from him sometime this week. But, until he gets healthy, they may have to consider giving him some help. Either chip with a tight end or a running back or do slide protection, Taylor Lewan, when healthy, is one of the best, but clearly he wasn't on Sunday. And until he's 100%, they may have to, as I said, consider getting him some help. All right, let's try Scott on line 3. Hey, Scott.
Hey, bud. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for calling in.
Okay, I got cut off earlier, so I thought I'd call you back.
I think that was my end. I think that was my fault. I apologize. Haven't used these phones in a while.
That's okay. So my question and kind of your thoughts on things. I was wondering when they're going to start playing Caleb Farley, Rashad Weaver. They both were inactive last week. You got
Farley was active, and he did play in the end in garbage time. Yeah, Farley was active.
Okay. Yep. Okay. And then you got Dillon, that right tackle that they drafted. Wasn't he drafted as a left tackle out of college? Then they moved him over to play right tackle, and he didn't do so well. So then they tried to move him to right guard. And now he's behind. Now he's a backup to Nate Davis.
Yeah, Scott.
So I'm a little confused on that.
Sure.
Maybe you can bring some clarity. I'll hang up now, so it's not. I'll just watch on TV.
All right, Scott. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's start with. Thank you for the call. Have a great night. Let's start with Caleb Farley. Hang on, let me just hang up here. Hang on. Okay. Let's start with Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley, obviously the Titans' first-round draft pick, dealing with a lot of injuries before he even got into the league, coming off a back injury and a major knee surgery. Vrabel kind of hinted at that a few weeks ago, saying, you know what? He's just not ready for full-time NFL work. Now, I don't know if that's technique-wise, physically, mentally, learning the playbook, but in Vrabel's words, he's, quote, just not ready. He did get in, during garbage time last week in the fourth quarter of the Arizona game. So obviously, he's a guy that needs to continue to develop. But when he gets right, I think he's going to be really good. As for Dylan Radins, yeah, he's a guy that maybe many thought could challenge for that starting right tackle spot, but he's been struggling a little bit. Remember, he played at North Dakota State in the FCS, and he was usually one of the bigger, stronger offensive linemen, and he didn't have to use technique as much. All he had to use is his size and his strength. He's getting used to the footwork, the hand placement, the punch, everything you need as an NFL offensive lineman. And again, much like Farley, he's not totally deemed ready for NFL type play just yet. They've been moving him around, playing him at guard, as you mentioned, right tackle, left tackle. Right now, he's a utility guy, but it doesn't look like he's ready for full-time NFL duty. But these are two guys, Farley and Radins, who I believe will be productive players in the future. All right, time for our another break. Thank you for the phone calls. They were great tonight. We will hear from Ryan Tannehill coming up right after this on SportsLine. Stay with us.